Hello, we are Team 4, Kripa Desai, Tyson Mock, Jennifer Warden, and Trevor Whipple. We will be discussing how to enhance the retention and graduation rate for Arizona State University. Industry, higher education, and ASU. Higher education institutions currently face a divide in funding sources, which is shaping their offerings to students. State-run institutions sit at the crux of this divide, being outpaced in multiple forms. Ivy League schools, flush with large endowments, outpace state schools in research, obtaining large corporate research grants while commanding massive tuition fees. Vocational schools and community colleges outpace state-run schools in job placement and student turnover by offering affordable two-year programs focused in trade professions and certificates. They effectively utilize online teaching to reach a broad audience of students with valuable training and well-paying jobs. State-run schools offering four-year programs rely heavily on state funding and have seen a steady decline in state contributions primarily since the Great Recession. To remain competitive, state schools must remain innovative in creating new income and internal efficiencies. Research collaboration and higher quality programs provide opportunities to increase competition with top-rated schools, while online program development and affordable tuition lead to increased enrollment rates. Increasing internal efficiencies by moderating spending on infrastructure, administration, and internal programs and process can create flexibility in tuition costs or greater allocates to program development. Our PESTEL analysis of ASU outlines both positive and negative impacts on the higher education industry. Examples of political factors that affect higher education are federal spending on education and government funding to back student loans. Economic factors include an economic recession, the increasing costs of higher education, and the interest rates on student loans, all of which affect enrollment at institutes of higher education. Social, cultural, and demographic factors that affect higher education are changes in local population. Public institutions typically charge less for in-state tuition, encouraging local residents to apply to schools within their state of residence. Technological factors that affect higher education include improving student success and improving affordability by driving efficiency and optimizations and increasing excellence in instructional creation and delivery. Ecological factors include potential cost savings, a reduction in carbon footprint and waste, and enhancing quality of life on campus. Legal factors entail an increase in campus safety measures, additional investment in security, and improved reporting capabilities. For Porter's five forces analysis, we looked at barriers to entry, which was medium to high, mostly due to the upfront cost of a physical campus and the time needed to build a reputation and alumni network. A virtual higher education institution can offer a comparable educational experience where teachers can deliver lectures and remotely interact with students across the globe. Bargaining power of buyers is medium as it increases when students have more options to choose from and when employers of a potential students start offering internal learning programs in targeted areas, thus reducing the ability of the universities to capture value. Bargaining power of suppliers is medium. With electronic information media, the faculty's research and ideas can now be shared more easily, creating a guru-type reputation for certain professors. Institutions are also using part-time visiting faculty as a less expensive and more flexible resource for delivering education. Threats of substitutes is high, some of them being vocational educational courses and certification programs due to the reduced time and cost investment of focused training. The non-accredited institutions also pose a great threat to the universities as employers have in-house training centers. Rivalry is medium. Now with collaboration technology innovations, the competition and rivalry are more global in nature. Unlike physical campus, distance learning does not have any constraints on the number of students, so it alleviates the marginal capacity issues for the institutions. Here we present the business model canvas for Arizona State University. What we describe in the elements of this model is the university's value proposition, infrastructure, which represents the key activities and key resources elements, customers to include the relationships, channels, and segments elements, and finances, which complete the business model canvas by outlining the cost structure and revenue streams elements. SWOT analysis of ASU. Strength: ASU is state-funded and accredited university with strong team of leaders that are nationally recognized in advancing research and discovery. It tops the list of most innovative schools in the U.S. and has established strong partnerships with the public and private sector organizations, which allows social impact and embeddedness. Weakness: ASU has to establish communication and synergy between departments by avoiding working in silos and integrating non-standardized and incompatible initiative systems. They are also weak in leveraging data analytics for their business processes. For example, advisors are unable to contact the at-risk students in a timely manner. Opportunities: ASU is well positioned to create a new process design to automate the flow of data between systems on a regular basis to proactively approach the at-risk students to retain them, thus increasing the graduation rate. If structured properly, this would further support standardized data analytics reports that can provide greater visibility into departmental costs and help address inefficiencies. Threats of being substituted with vocational educational courses and certification programs offered by community colleges and other institutions due to increasing cost of education. Competition from non-accredited and global online institutions due to regulatory changes. Retaining talented faculty and program staff may also be a key challenge as there is constant threat of other universities recruiting ASU researchers. Value chain. The primary activities at ASU are research and academia. ASU receives research grants, which dictate a particular topic to be researched. ASU students and professors funded by this research grant research topics and publish papers on their findings. In academia, deans and professors create a curriculum for teaching. The curriculum is taught to students who simultaneously assist with research. The students earn a degree after completing the curriculum. Opportunities for significant transformation are primarily found in two major areas: retention of currently enrolled students and overall student graduation rates. Current retention support system within ASU vary by college and only kept as long as they're effective. This creates excess time and resources spent on creation and testing in each group. Declining state funding has caused students to rely on tuition to recoup costs. Development of systems to improve the affordability of degree programs will increase affordability, retaining students who may have dropped due to budgetary constraints. Finally, student performance is only reported formally 3 times per semester or at an instructor's discretion. Increasing the overall visibility of student performance on a regular basis will allow student retention programs to be more effective. Opportunities in student graduation rates create cost efficiencies to the university in terms of repetitive enrollment costs for lost students and receiving full tuition and fees from a student completing their program. Current retention and graduate systems in use at ASU were primarily designed to be reactive and do not provide for automated or timely intervention of at-risk students. We are proposing new processes designed to automate the flow of data between systems on a more regular basis and leverage automated alerts which will provide for a proactive intervention of students identified as at risk. The as-is process utilizes the following systems: academic status reports, Blackboard, and OSS. Advisors currently only get critical tracking information up to 3 times a semester, and there is no automated facility for providing alerts based upon specific data triggers. The to-be process will streamline and automate the existing process of leveraging data by exporting great data from Blackboard and then importing that data directly into PeopleSoft on a scheduled basis. Advisors will then be able to utilize this data to identify at-risk students and provide for a more rapid response. The process of intervention will begin by generating automated weekly alerts that will be directed to students, advisors, and mentors. Benefits of transformation. The benefits of overall retention improvements revolve around cost efficiency and savings. ASU has no formal retention program, with each college developing their own spending time and resources to test and develop new retention programs. Universities spend far more to enroll a single student than retain them. For each student that withdraws, the full amount must be spent to enroll a new student, and the university loses all remaining years of tuition fees as well as room and boarding for on-campus students. Further, students who withdraw have lower income opportunities without their degree and are far more likely to default on their current loans. Economic impact. ASU has two types of customers: those from their research activities, which are organizations and businesses that provide research grants, and those from their academia activities, which are students. A system to alert academic advisors with weekly grade information enables ASU's academic advisors to proactively assist at-risk students and hopefully prevent the student from being forced to drop out of ASU due to poor academic standing. Although ASU also relies on research grants, endowments, and other resources, tuition remains their primary source of revenue. Creating an alert tool to aid academic advisors in assisting at-risk students would require an upfront investment by ASU to make this transformation. The solution we propose is to extract existing grade data from Blackboard and upload it to PeopleSoft. Since our proposal relies on existing systems, the only cost would be those associated with creating a new ETL process. In the past, ASU routinely made the lists of the top party schools in the country. ASU has worked hard under the tenure of President Michael Crow to change their reputation from that of a party school to one of academic excellence. Freshman retention at ASU continues to increase through ongoing process improvement. Our proposed transformation would aid ASU in their endeavor to improve retention rates, while at the same time allowing advisors to focus on students not meeting academic qualifications. ASU is only one of over 2,000 private and public four-year institutions of higher education in the country. In such a competitive market, ASU needs to continuously look for opportunities to ensure student success. Looking at the balanced scorecard, financially, we are targeting to increase revenue by achieving a freshman retention rate of 90% and 80% graduation by proactively addressing the risk of students dropping out. The internal business process will be transformed to pull data from Blackboard into PeopleSoft for data analytics. Users will be trained to grow the adoption rate of the system, ensuring more than 95% of risk students are contacted. Finally, customer focus will be to improve student satisfaction by understanding and supporting their needs.